Xabi Alonso is willing to sell anyone at Real Madrid to get his hands on the Turkish star at Juventus. Ter Stegen has made up his mind and is looking to leave Barcelona. Manchester United are getting a big bid ready for a sporting player, and out of nowhere, Liverpool have thrown their hat in the ring for Khéphren Thuram. We're covering all that and more in today's video. Guys, let's try and hit 350 thumbs up on this one. Your support helps us make even better content for you. Let's get right into the latest transfer gossip. Manchester United, Ruben Amorim, and his top target for January, Morten Hjulmand. According to Team Talk, United are seriously targeting the Danish holding midfielder from Sporting. And this isn't just scouting interest, it's Amorim's personal project. Sources claim Hjulmand is absolutely adored by the manager. This is more than just words. Amorim knows him inside and out from their time together in Lisbon, where they won the title. Hjulmand was the engine and the brain of that team. His tenacity, his passing, his understanding of Amorim's system. He is the ideal soldier for the project the manager is building at Old Trafford. The logic behind this transfer is ironclad. Now for the most interesting part, the money. The player's contract includes a release clause, 80 million euros. That's a lot. But Manchester United are somehow confident they can negotiate the price down to around 60 million euros. Their argument? Amorim's supposedly good relationship with his former club? Naive? Perhaps. Because Sporting's position looks completely different. The Portuguese club's president, Frederico Varandas, has already made it clear he is not one to make concessions easily. In the summer, he rejected offers that would have tripled the player's salary. Their stance is crystal clear and has been stated many times. If you want the player, pay the clause. Full stop. Additionally, Hjulmand has a loyalty bonus in his contract, which he will receive if he stays until the end of the season. This is another factor working against United. But do you know what the most amusing part of this whole story is? It's not the negotiations or the figures. It's Manchester United themselves. Yes, Hjulmand is an understandable and logical target for Amorim. But there's a brilliant line in the report that describes all the chaos. I'll just quote it. The fact that Manchester United are reportedly looking at two midfielders is a caveat, but the different profiles the Red Devils are being linked with either shows they do not know what they want or that those reporting are simply guessing. Or both. Definitely both. And that is the best diagnosis of the situation. So yes, Amorim wants him. Hjulmand fits. But between want and here we go lies a chasm of 80 million euros and the very essence of the modern Manchester United. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen and Barcelona. Things are getting more and more tense, and a winter exit from the club is now a real possibility. According to the latest from Turkish journalist Khéphren Thuram, the German keeper is ready to leave the Blaugrana as soon as the next transfer window opens. Manchester United, Tottenham, and Newcastle are all in the running. A winter move is very much on the cards, with every option being explored, a loan or a permanent deal. So what's going on in Catalonia? Ter Stegen has definitely hit a crossroads in his career. His form has been patchy lately, which has frustrated the fans even though we all remember times when he was just incredible between the sticks. And although he recently got the captain's armband, his future at the club looks very shaky. The main reason? Hansi Flick. Even before the 2025-26 season started, Flick made it clear he doesn't rate Marc-Andre. His picks for the goalkeeping spot are Joan Garcia and Wojciech Szczęsny. Despite that, Ter Stegen initially decided to stay and fight for his place. He even had back surgery to sort out some long-term problems. Now he's close to full fitness, and the question of his future is front and center again. It seems he's slowly realizing that Flick isn't going to change his mind. The player gets it. He's not going to get any game time. And here's the interesting bit, the motives of the Premier League clubs. Manchester United's interest is, shall we say, a bit of a surprise. Agents offered the keeper to the Red Devils in the summer, but given Ter Stegen is 33, at the back end of his career and struggling for form, he's hardly a top-tier upgrade for United. Newcastle's interest also looks a bit odd. The Tyneside club has brought in Aaron Ramsdale on loan from Southampton. It's completely unclear how the Barca captain fits into their plans unless they're about to offload one of their keepers soon. Tottenham are also in the race, but their reasons are less clear at this stage. Guys, let's take a quick pause so you can hit the like or dislike button on this video. Any feedback is massive. Thanks for the activity. It really helps the channel out. The key driver for Ter Stegen himself is the 2026 World Cup. He's desperate to get into the Germany squad, and to do that, he needs regular minutes in the second half of the season. He can't afford to be on the bench. It's important to know that a loan seems more likely right now than a permanent move. Other sources are backing this up. Sky Sport reports the German international is desperate for a move at the earliest opportunity as he looks to secure a starting spot elsewhere. So here's the summary. Ter Stegen is ready to go. Barcelona and Flick don't want him. There are 3 specific Premier League clubs watching the situation. January is getting closer, and every day, the chances of the German keeper leaving will only increase. There's still a lot up in the air, but one thing's for sure, this story is far from finished. Joshua Zirkzee is on his way out, and it's no longer a rumor, but basically just a matter of time. He hasn't had a single start all season, and for a player of his level, that's pretty much a death sentence. According to TBR Football, Manchester United are ready to greenlight his exit as soon as January. The frontrunner is Roma, who are looking to cut Evan Ferguson's loan short and free up a spot for the Dutch forward. In Rome, they're already trying to figure out how to send the Irishman back to Brighton. And then the door will be wide open for Zirkzee. The situation is that the striker has choices. Italy is ready to have him back, but the interest isn't just from Serie A. Reports say clubs from Spain, France, and Germany have also joined the race. He might even stay in England because West Ham are serious about making a push to sign him, and that's not by chance. The Hammers under Nuno Espirito Santo are struggling up front and are looking for fresh ideas in attack. As the Mirror reports, Zirkzee has already told Manchester United he wants to leave in January, with West Ham seen as one of the top contenders. You have to understand United's position here. The club rates his attitude and hard work, but everyone knows he's too far down the pecking order after the summer signings. On top of that, the board feels he needs regular game time to get a look in for the World Cup. That means his only real chance is to leave. The only question is whether it'll be a loan or a permanent deal. The reports also say that United are open to anything, a loan with an option to buy or a straight sale. West Ham are watching the situation closely and see the Dutchman as a chance to add more depth to their forward line. But there's one question that's on everyone's mind. 7 goals in 49 games is just not good enough for a striker you expect to be your main man up front. That's why a loan with an option to buy could be the perfect solution. The club can test him out in the Premier League and then decide whether to commit to a long-term contract. Now, just imagine this for a second. Zirkzee turns up at the London Stadium, gets a regular spot in the team, and a chance to prove to everyone they were wrong to write him off in Manchester. At West Ham, he could get what he never really had at United: the manager's backing, some consistency, and a chance to play in a system that suits his strengths. But is he up for the challenge? That's the big question. So to sum it up, Roma are actively working to bring him back, West Ham are ready to offer him a Premier League lifeline, and United have finally agreed to let go of a player who has been too good for the bench for a long time. All of this makes the January window a real fight for Zirkzee, and where he lands next could be the making or breaking of his career. Bayern Munich are actively working on a deal for 25-year-old Crystal Palace defender Marc Guéhi. According to German journalist Florian Plettenberg, the Bundesliga champs have already had talks with the player about a potential move. The situation is fascinating, especially since Guéhi's contract is up in 2026, and he has already refused to sign a new deal with Palace. Bayern's sporting director Max Eberl had a chat with Guéhi's agent Gordon Stipich earlier last week to sound out a potential deal. When Eberl was asked about it, he told DAZN, "It's perfectly clear that we, as Bayern Munich, are exploring the market. Our clear goal is to extend Upamecano's contract. That's our main goal. If that doesn't work out, we have to be prepared. It would be foolish not to. That's the reason. I haven't confirmed anything, but we are active on the market." The Germans are gearing up for a big shakeup in defense. The uncertainty around Dayo Upamecano's contract and the potential sale of Kim Min-jae mean the club is forced to look for reinforcements at the back. Guéhi, who has done pretty well in the Premier League, looks like a great option to solve those problems. But Bayern aren't the only ones in for the Englishman. Real Madrid and Liverpool have thrown their hats in the ring, which makes the fight for the player even more exciting. For Real, it's a logical move, given they need more depth in defense. Los Blancos are known as one of the biggest clubs in the world, and turning down a chance to join them is really tough. Crystal Palace boss Oliver Glasner has basically confirmed his captain is on his way out. Here's what he said. "I think Marc has already told us that he is not going to sign a new contract, so he will leave next year. The club wanted him to stay. They offered Marc a new contract, but he said, 'No, I want to try something different,' and that's okay. And for us, the question is, how can we handle this situation? What is the best way for this next step? And it's all about how we communicate with each other." The most interesting thing is that Bayern could sign Guehi as early as January for a cut price fee, instead of waiting until the summer when he's a free agent. Palace are now leaning towards selling the defender in the winter to get at least some money from the deal and fund their own moves. At first, the London club was willing to let him run down his contract, but that's changed. For any top club, signing a player of Guehi's quality for free or on the cheap would be a brilliant piece of business. The 25-year-old Palace captain has proved himself in one of the toughest leagues in the world, and definitely has what it takes to play at the top level in Europe. Now we just have to wait and see which of these three clubs can persuade the Englishman to join them. Real Madrid are once again ready to bring out the heavy artillery on the transfer market. This time, their attention is fixed on Kenan Yıldız, a rising star at Juventus and one of Serie A's main sensations. And, as Fichajes reports, the Spanish giants are already laying the groundwork for a potential move that could spark a major saga next summer. Yıldız is not just a young talent. In Turin, he has become a key element of the project, embodying the future of Juventus. So important, in fact, that the Bianconeri extended his contract to 2029 and 2024. But even that seemed insufficient. Now another extension is being discussed in Turin until 2033. This is a strategic move because the club understands that Yıldız has become one of its most valuable assets, and the rumors surrounding his future will not go away. And now for the most interesting part. According to rumors, the Madrid club is prepared to pay 100 million euros for the Turkish player. Consider that, an offer that could put Juve in an extremely difficult position. Refuse it, it's too much money. Accept it, lose their main hope for the future. Meanwhile, English clubs are also monitoring the situation. Manchester United see Yıldız as a potential new leader of their attack and a key signing for their squad renewal. Chelsea are also in the running. Their transfer policy perfectly aligns with Yıldız's profile. It is reported that Xabi Alonso may be willing to sacrifice any player from the squad, except for Kylian Mbappé, to finance the transfer. Imagine the scale of it. Real Madrid are ready to part with almost anyone just to bring Yıldız to the Santiago Bernabeu. So Real Madrid are willing to sacrifice anyone for Yıldız. And I'm looking at my analytics and thinking, what do I have to sacrifice for you to finally subscribe? Maybe I should put someone on the transfer list too. Just kidding. Simply press the button and no sacrifices will be required. I promise. At Juve, they understand that in a financial race with Real, Chelsea, or even United, they will find it extremely tough. Therefore, the move to increase his salary looks like an attempt to keep the player on side, at least morally. But that's not all. The entire story is closely intertwined with the situation of Vinicius Jr. The Brazilian's contract runs until 2027, and rumors of a massive offer from the Saudi League are surfacing more frequently. It is on his position, on the left flank, that Yıldız can play, although he is also capable of operating as a number 10. And here we come to the most delicate point. If Real Madrid do sell Vinicius, the pursuit of Yıldız will become not just an option but a real necessity. Juventus value their talent at 64 million euros, but it's already clear that securing his departure will require almost double that amount. The question now is different. Who will win this race? Real Madrid, ready to break the market for Yıldız? The English giants, eager for fresh blood in attack? Or Juventus, who will try to keep their future in their own hands at all costs? There is no answer yet. Khéphren Thuram of Juventus has become the subject of serious interest from Liverpool and Real Madrid. According to Fichajes, the two European clubs are prepared to stage a real battle for the 24-year-old French midfielder, who in a short time has become one of the Turin club's key players. Since his move from Nice in the summer of 2024, Thuram has effectively taken Serie A by storm. He has established himself not just as an important player for Juventus, but as one of the best young midfielders in his position. His strong physical presence, exceptional passing range, and tactical versatility make him an ideal candidate for any top club looking to strengthen its midfield. Real Madrid see him as an excellent addition to their midfield. The Spanish giants want more options in the holding role, and the versatile Frenchman fits their requirements perfectly. Liverpool, meanwhile, are looking for a player capable of protecting the back line and controlling the tempo of the game. The Reds openly admire Thuram and are determined to challenge the Spaniards for his signature. The problem is that Juventus have absolutely no desire to part with their player. The player's contract runs until the summer of 2029, which gives the old lady significant leverage in negotiations. Moreover, the Turin club has already rejected offers from English clubs. It appears Liverpool already made an attempt to sign Thuram last summer, but were turned down. Nevertheless, both European giants are resolute and may soon take concrete steps to make the transfer happen. Juventus have set a price tag of 70 million euros, which is quite logical given the player's age, quality, and contract length. Real Madrid can comfortably afford such a sum, but Liverpool are hoping the Italians might soften their stance, especially if the Spaniards continue to spend big on other reinforcements. The key factor in this story will be the player's own desire. His choice could be the one to tip the scales in one direction or the other. It will indeed be difficult for Juventus to hold on to Thuram for long given the huge interest in him. But for now, the Italians have no intention of letting one of their leaders go. It remains to be seen if a major offer can change their decision.